So, I actually changed my topic today because I figured out this might be much more valuable to all of you, because my original topic was how to get more perfect clients that are willing to pay more. But I was looking back and I actually realized that this was the most important thing that I ever did in my life. Because like since I was little, I always had like one goal, and I didn't actually know why I wanted that goal, because at first I was a basketball player, and the only reason I wanted that goal was because I saw basketball players are successful. Like they have a lot of money. I came from a place where we didn't have money, and money was the only way that we could live better life. Yet at the same time, everyone was saying money is the evil. Everyone has money is the worst thing ever. So I actually felt into a trap that I want to be successful so I can earn more money, because that's why I'm gonna be happy. But 2 years ago, I wrote down what my perfect day would look like, because I realized through my story, I was happiest when I was doing something that I was actually really curious about. So in 2009, I started developing websites for a company. I came to one company to clip papers for €7 an hour for 3 hours. And then I saw CEO of companies talking to secretary and about websites. And I just gave them a hint like, no, you should do this, because I was coding at home. And they were like, oh, so you want to build a website for us? And I was like, yeah, sure, I'm going to build a website for you. I just figured it out. I didn't know how to build good websites, but it panned out. So actually, in 2009, I started working with them. At that time, I was 17 years old. And after 2 months, I figured out, wait, so I can work from home, even though everyone around me was telling me, no, you cannot work from home. No, you cannot earn money like sitting in front of a computer. Like actually, for that company I worked for, I was able to work. They didn't even like supervise me. I was like writing. I was working 10 hours, but I was working for 4 hours. I went to play basketball, cooked a dinner, lunch, whatever, and then I continue working. So at that moment I realized, so wait, I can basically do everything. I mean, everything that others told me that it's not possible, I was always trying to challenge what is possible. So while I was working for them, I coded my first Facebook app, which checked if anyone deleted you from Facebook friends, because that's really important for some people. And that caught up a lot of attention because I was the spammy guy. So everyone someone would sign up for an app, it would spam all your friends' feeds. And so if you use that app, it was my fault. Yeah, but that didn't pan out because Facebook changed API rules and they basically banned my app. But the good thing was, like, I basically started earning like passive income. So I earned €500 a month, which is not a lot, but for me in Slovenia it's like €1,000 is someone with degree gets €1,000. So I was earning 500, actually doing nothing, and I got really comfortable. Like I was like, okay, so I'm on top of the world. When I was 18, I bought my first BMW. And like old one, and I was able but I was like king of the castle. No, but yeah, and I was able to pay something back to my mom and that kind of stuff, and everything was great. But I got lazy because then one other guy developed Android app, and that Android app actually got 1 million downloads, and it was $1, and I could earn a lot of money. But yeah, different story. So then I started my e-commerce business, touchscreen gloves. I imported them from China. I actually failed. I mean, I succeeded by failing. I don't know how other way to put it. I really enjoyed the process of starting the business, like designing gloves and websites and everything. But then when it came to selling, even though I was earning quite nice margin, like I was paying €2 for one pair of gloves. I was selling them for 20, so it was quite easy money at that point.
Can you explain what the gloves were exactly?
Yeah, so those are the kind of gloves, like in countries where it's cold. Like in the winter, you cannot use phones with normal gloves. So with those gloves, they had some kind of material, conductive material that you could use phone without taking your gloves off, and it's convenient. And
they're called touchscreen gloves.
yeah, did I say something else?
No, you said that, but...
Oh, okay, yeah, touchscreen gloves, yeah. And yeah, then I started, because I figured out I'm enjoying doing everything else but running a business, I started doing just like digital marketing agency kind of stuff. And then also I started providing those services worldwide. But the reason I started basically this, it was a great opportunity for me to work with other successful people, because like someone who has a business, they at least are a little bit, like in my opinion, they took an extra step that are not willing to take. So I was always trying to figure out what kind of people are the happiest. So I don't know, for example, I started working with people who are starting businesses, like, I don't know, one girl did food tours, other did like restaurant and that kind of stuff. And I didn't see them passionate about that. Like, it was still a job for them. And they weren't earning enough money, so they were under a lot of stress. Then on the other side, I started working with some American clients who were like selling survival stuff, and like basically they were making a lot of money, like in tens of thousands a month. But I didn't see them happy, because like every day for them was the same. Like, they came to work at 8, they were stressed the whole day, left at 8 p.m. Next day we were on a Skype, they were talking like how their wives are mad at them because they're not at home, like how their children are missing on them and that kind of stuff. But basically in the last year, I started working more with people that I really believe they have like awesome life. They do everything all the time they like, they are surrounded with the right people, and they have some kind of structure of like what their perfect day looks like. Like, they wake up, they work what they want, they hang out with the people they want, they have their like their reading every day and that kind of stuff. So yeah, and basically with my agency stuff, I kind of succeeded as well. Like, here I was talking in front of 100 Slovenian best companies, like, I don't know, here was COO of biggest Slovenian bank and that kind of stuff, because I started a new project, like some kind of software that helps companies figure out where their online revenue is coming from so they can make better decisions. But then I realized I hate this. Like, even though it was paid really well, like, I don't know, for example, I would charge them for a 5-hour strategy session, like I could charge them 1,000 euros, and I charged few of them. But like, for those 5 hours, I was miserable, as I can explain. Like, I would rather work for someone almost for free than with them, because I was always in contact with other people who were working at the jobs and they were miserable all the time, and I had to talk with them, and that was like my low point of the day. But now, like with my new clients, like it's different situation. So in August 2015, I basically wrote down what my perfect day would look like. So like, I started like 5:30, did my miracle morning routine, which I'm gonna explain more on the beach pitch. And then yeah, I wrote down, like at the time I didn't have this at all. And I wrote down that I want to walk to the office and listen to podcasts. I think here was next to the beach, but that was in my mind. Then coffee and work. And 6:30 to 12, just work on my own stuff, whatever it is, not necessarily monetizing it, but just something that I'm passionate about. Like, I don't know, for last 2 weeks, I was developing my AI bot just because it's fun, and I can survive with, I mean, if I work 1 hour a day, it's enough for me to live whatever I want, so it's perfect. And then, yeah, my biggest enjoyment is like that in the middle of the day I go to the sauna. I mean, I do great workout, then sauna and jacuzzis or whatever. And then in the afternoon, I like to have a choice. Either I want to continue working or there's some social event. I really don't like that I'm tied to something. So if they're also with all my projects, it's basically, they are not like, I mean, they are last minute, but I can still say no and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, and then, or take afternoon off, night routine. And then I also wrote like perfect surroundings. And this was in 2015, where I wasn't living in, like, for example, Gran Canaria. And it was interesting, like the same day that I wrote this down, I also joined like one mastermind I'm going to show later. But the thing is, I never lived this kind of a life, but in my eyes, this was what I considered what it would be perfect for me. And the next day I got an email. I joined one Facebook group. I pay $100 a month, and I was like, if I would tell anyone, they would think like I'm crazy and stuff, because $100 is a lot. And this actually led me, like, yeah, this was the same day, 10th of August. And this actually led me like 1 month later, they were organizing, they came all from the States and they organized meetup in Malaga. And those people in that mastermind, they were all like really successful. Like I remember I joined the group and I saw some guy who wrote, "Hey guys, I have a customer relationship problem. We just did product launch. We made 900K in like 22 hours. Like, does anyone know how to help?" So, but basically for 1 month, I was just in that group, like absorbing everything, trying to figure out what's their secret or whatever. And then I had a chance to actually go to Malaga like 1 month later. I actually messaged them 5 days before the event, like, hey, there's one guy who's really successful email marketer, and I was like, hey, I'm sorry, I'm gonna miss this, but next time you're in Europe, please tell me, I'm gonna come. And he said like, no, like there's still like 1 spot left, you can come. And I like booked my ticket and everything and left, and I went there, and that was the best experience ever. And also the best experience, why? Because this was the first time I actually lived my perfect day life, formal, whatever you want to call it. So every morning I would wake up to I would wake up before sunrise, and then I would see that sunrise. I got really awesome apartment. I paid like 25 euros and it was like my dream apartment. And I was like, how is this even possible? Because I always had a perception, if you want to live like awesome life, you need to have like million, like you need to earn $1 million a year. Because I actually have a friend who we grew up with, and he built a SEO software, and he makes like 900K a year in profit, but he doesn't have perfect day life defined. And what he basically does is he has a lot of money, but he's not excited about anything. He sleeps until 9 because he doesn't know why he would wake up. And then he reads Reddit a little bit, maybe goes to the gym. Like then his girlfriend comes, and his girlfriend is not entrepreneurial, so they don't even have that much in common. And it's like he's through the same cycle like 3 years. And on the next trip, I actually invited him over, and he was really excited about this, and now he's doing something about it as well. So yeah, and then, like I said, in that perfect day, in the middle of the day, I went like cycling through Malaga and checked the beach, then gym, saunas and spas, going through the like really nice parks, and then my breakfast at 4 p.m. and yeah, and then like enjoying like sunshine or whatever. And then we had dinner with all those folks. I'm actually here. And yeah, those are like really, like, I don't know, these two guys run like Facebook page, Law of Attraction. They have like 5 million followers, and they're quite big. And yeah, then I basically started doing this every time I went somewhere. So then I went to the Barcelona, and this is the guy who made it. And yeah, he came with me, and we were basically living through my schedule throughout all the time, and he really enjoyed that schedule. But like when I define my perfect day, it's different for everyone, of course. But for me, that was like good starting point. So yeah, but in the last like, I don't know, two months or something, I started realizing like, because I really find this like a great goal setting plan. Like, for example, here, I wasn't really specific. Like I said here, I want to work with clients or go to the gym early, like from that time and that time. But throughout the years, I also started defining who are my dream clients, who should I work with, and like, how are they demanding? Like, how is me, am I excited to talk with them? Am I excited to work with them? And throughout, like from that moment on until today, I separately took everything out and like even deconstructed even more. So for example, right now, work with clients, if I'm not excited to work with them, I'm not interested. If I'm not able to provide them more value that they pay, and I like to charge them more, then I'm not gonna work with them. And if they don't get "that's what she said" jokes, it's no for me. So yeah, basically like that time that I have worked with clients, because I was also all the time trying to figure out like what my passion is and what do I really want. But what I figure out more is basically, for me, it's more important who I work with, because at some point I had like 5 different clients and I had to do the same stuff for every one of them. And when I was working for one client, it was pain in the ass. Like I was preparing 2 hours to even start because I know, okay, then when I'm gonna finish, I'm gonna have to talk with them, and I don't want to talk with them, and they're gonna be like, I don't know, picky, and they're gonna say like, oh, you charge too much, and that kind of stuff. And then I had some clients who were just like, I wanted to do this to them for free because they were just starting out with business. I saw how they are excited are. I saw that I also have like bigger contribution if I help someone starting a business than someone who already has a business, and they would appreciate me more and I would feel better about myself. So it all ties up together, like making me happier as well. So today I want to go through the exercise with you because in the last 2 months, like I said, I started some online course called Livebook, and I really found that course like the best thing I ever did. Basically, but I also basically realized that I was doing some of it without knowing I'm doing it, because like I said, I defined more or less like 8 out of 12 life categories without even knowing that this course exists. But now in the last 2 months I was going over it and trying to go for each category, like one A4 page, like what's my goal in that category, and trying to tie everything together into one single day. But not necessarily, that's why I named this presentation How to Live Perfect Day Almost Every Day, because there's no way to live perfect day every day, even if you're the most successful person ever. And I don't know, if you love traveling, you cannot squeeze everything in one day. Like for me, I also define that I don't like traveling, but I like staying at one place. So it means that one day it's gonna be like kind of, I'm gonna do other stuff which are not on my perfect day list, but that's just my goal, that I come to the destination. So that's why I gave you paper and pens that we can go through. We're just gonna go through a few categories, and for each category, I'm just gonna briefly explain why this is important and how it would tie up with others. Because, for example, a lot of people set up gym goals. They want to be in good shape. They want like lose 20 pounds, but there's no meaning behind it. And with this, for example, if I look at my health and fitness, I want to be in good shape, so I'm able to perform better, have more time in a day. I'm able to read more. I'm being able to better respond emotionally if something's wrong, because if I would be cranky, if I would be like, ate too much sugar, I would be cranky, and if someone tells me something, I would give them the worst response ever. Also, health and fitness helps me with my character, like being strong or stuff, also in other life situations. Then it goes with spiritual life, it goes with love relationship, parenting I don't have experience, but someday, social life. It also goes with business life and career. Basically, every category interacts with like at least 4 of others. Like also like love relationship has a lot of effect on your financial life and career and quality of life and so on. So for today's exercise, I would go with you through just few of them, and for each category we're going to ask yourself, so what do I believe about health and fitness? Like, what do I believe? Is it important? Is it not important to me? Do I really want to be healthy and fit and so on? And then second one, what do I want it? So I want to be in great shape, I don't care. Third question, why do I want it? So I want to be in great shape, so I want to be in great shape so I'm able to have more energy throughout the day. I want to be in great shape because I want to attract more girls, boys, whatever, and so on. And the fourth question, what do I need to do to get it? Like, so for example, in my case, health and fitness, what do I need to get it? I need to go to the gym like 3 times a week, 4 times a week, and eat healthy. So then when we're gonna write that down, it's gonna be easier to put everything into like one day. So I suggest that we start with health and fitness one, and those are like short questions. Like I said, this took me like 2 months to go through everything, and I still haven't defined it, but it's great if we just put ourselves into time pressure and just try like in 1 minute, or depending how much it's going to take you, write as much as possible, then move to the next one. Because in 1 minute, that's the first thing is going to come to our mind, because if we start thinking for half an hour, we're going to overcomplicate and so on.
those questions again, the 4 questions?
Yeah, of course. So 1 minute. So what do I believe about health and fitness? So is it important? Do I want it? Can it help me on other areas, other 12 categories?
That's the second question. Can it help me?
No, second one is what do I want?
Okay.
Third, why do I want it? And fourth, what do I need to get it? So basically, what do I need to get to what I want in the second question?
What do I need to do to get it?
Yeah. So if you just start with first one. Okay, so the next one, I think it's also quite important, is intellectual life. Like, I believe that if we're not learning something new every day, we are basically going backwards. So, for example, now basically the 4 questions that we had before. So, what do I believe? Like, they can be like, I don't know, my mind is my greatest asset, or like true intelligence is how you intelligently live your life. And those are beliefs that we can live by. But the question is, yeah, basically, what do you believe? Do you believe you need to learn something every day? Do you believe you have to like challenge your mind and try to be better at some stuff and so on? So yeah, basically now we're gonna skip emotional life, character, spiritual life, low relationship, parenting, those categories.
They don't matter.
They do matter, but like, I don't know, emotional, character, and spiritual life, those are a little bit more complicated, I guess, and we don't have whole day. And that we can go basically to the social life right now. And for example, for social life, like, what do you believe? So do you believe that friendships are important, or you don't care? Do you believe it's important to you that you're surrounded with the like-minded people that are going towards the same goal, or you just don't care and you can be friends with everyone? Do you believe that to have great social life you have to be good friend first, or it's just like there's social life and we're just to have fun? And yeah.
Can I ask, with this process as well, is the main method for figuring all this out, is it usually kind of writing it down yourself, or would you recommend having conversations with other people?
Yeah, that as well. But now we are under time pressure.
Well,
Just yeah.
that, you know, when we're going through some of these later, we have more time.
So for example, in this course, the end result is that you make like a book out of it. So for example, you have on your social life, you have like, okay, so this is what I believe in, this is what I want. So basically then every decision that you make in life is based on that you look backward. So
Right.
I don't know, you have a chance to get a new friend who's not really like-minded like you, and he's just partying all the time, but you want to surround yourself only with that kind of people. You know how.
It's easy to make that decision.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds hard, but
No, I get it.
yeah. Okay, and now to the next one, which is financial life. This one is also quite complicated because we all have different beliefs about money and finances. Like, for example, I'm still struggling with this one because when I grew up, like, it's different mindset. Like, I still have problems charging people for money because, like, I don't know, it's mindset thing. Because I have clients, one client who's actually younger than me, but he has this category figured out. He has no problem charging a lot. He knows that he's providing value. He actually provides value and he gets money. But like me, and I know so many others who are just like, so how, I don't know, I don't want to charge you, but at the end of the day, money is still important. So what do you believe about finances? Are they important, and what are they your end? Are they going to contribute to your happiness, or are just the tool that they're going to help you achieve happiness by buying stuff or experiences or that kind of stuff? So now the next one, which actually helps with financial life, which is our career, where we spend at least third of our life, I guess. So yeah, in this category is like, what do you believe about your career? Is it more important that you earn more money, or is it important that you do something that you love? Or what are the things, what do you think about career? Do you need to make contribution also to others, or this is just like your tool to get money? Or are you in a career that you wanted to be, or you were pushed into career? Do you think you have a choice to find career of your life, or you think others decide your destiny? Okay, so then there is 11th category, which is quality of life. So here comes like your dream cars, houses, transportation, experiences, traveling, whatever that is. I mean, so basically, what do you believe about quality of life? Is it dependent on others, or you can be happy just by buying nice car or traveling all the time, or how much does it contribute to happiness? Also, does it cost a lot of money, or basically all other 10 categories are main drivers for your quality of life? And yeah, what kind of experiences, cars would you like in that case? Okay, so the last one is the most difficult one, and I'm really doing it this justice to go through it so quickly. But yeah, like, what's your life vision? Where do you see yourself in 3 to 10 years, and why do you want it? Because I often found like if I was doing something that wasn't aligned with my mission, I hated it because I knew that I wanted something else, and I knew that I would get paid less to pursue my life vision, but it would make me happier long term. So I was making like bullshit excuses to, I don't know, build marketing agency, which I really couldn't care about. And that made me unhappy. But if I would do what I do from the start, which I could do, I would be much happier. So yeah, but this, everything comes in together here, like 5 years, 10 years, where do you see yourself, who you're surrounded with, how's your intellectual life, and that kind of stuff. But yeah, tied into those core questions. What do you believe about life vision? And great exercise questions for this is, what do you want people to say on your funeral?
He's alive. Open that box. What's that knocking sound?
Just let him in. Okay, so now the extra question, like based on where you are right now and where your life vision is, if you had to dedicate 30 minutes to 1 hour a day, how would you start approaching like living to your life vision? We all know that we don't have time and that kind of stuff, but if you had 1 hour a day extra, what would you do to move towards your life vision, perfect life, or that kind of stuff? What do I need to get? Oh no, if you had extra 30 minutes to 1 hour a day, what would you do every day to move your life towards your life vision or your end goal, 5-year-old goal? Okay, now the last exercise is this: how does your perfect day look like? Like, if based on your answers right now, is there a way you could squeeze as many things as possible in one day? And it doesn't even actually mean that you would do them every day, but I don't know, if you have every day on your list from 12 to 2 p.m. gym, it doesn't mean that you need to go to every day, but that's like basic, like, day.
You're missing a few hours there. What if I want to get up before 4 a.m.?
You can have your own schedule.
Are you serious about this or not?
We have too many nights.
So you sleep for 5 hours.
Actually, that's mostly what I got out of this, is I should be napping more. So I'm going to squeeze in more naps.
Yeah, I have 30-minute nap as well.
So that's for the time, yeah? So to kind of
Yeah, but that's
what time you'd be doing more of this stuff.
yeah. I mean, like same as I had on my
Yeah.
old version.
Cool.
Oops. But yeah, like in my case, I had everything connected. Like intellectual life is, I don't know, meditation and listening to podcasts. And health and fitness is gym. And this work is this. I take 5 hours a day to work toward my life vision. And yeah, basically, I try to squeeze as much as possible in.
I like how you have time for procrastinating.
I schedule that as well, efficiency.
Yeah, I did this exercise also. I even do it sometimes, like from time to time.
Yeah,
Like, okay, so what would be ideal? Yeah,
nice.
so yeah, it's great. Exercise, I like.
How many days do you think, when you work out something like this, your ideal? Obviously, it's rarely going to be exact, right? Because things come up. But are you kind of thinking 3 or 4 days a week? If I stuck to this pretty good, that'd be successful.
But we lived in Las Palmas. I was living this 6 days a week.
Yeah, but I mean, getting started, I'm thinking.
Oh,
for a
no,
lot of
yeah.
people.
Yeah, no, it took me 2 months to get even started on that. But first I had to write down what do I want, because at the time, I mean, actually later I realized I could start living that life immediately, but I thought, oh, I need more money to do that. But I actually didn't need more money. Because like my lifestyle like this, my perfect lifestyle costs like less than like 1,500, 2,000 a month max.
I think it takes a while as well, though, if you're not used to this, to kind of get into the flow of it, like just building the habits.
Yes.
So would you recommend like just starting with a morning routine
Yes.
first and getting used to that?
Just like if you don't have time, first 30 minutes to 1 hour. That's basically, I started in January 2015 with this miracle morning. And the reason why I did this perfect life plan is because I was doing like that morning routine, like had like meditation, what is it? When you say affirmations, gratitude,
Savers, right?
yeah, savers. But the point I was struggling with is visualization, because I didn't know what to visualize, and I was like, so I don't visualize myself in a nice car because I don't give a crap about nice car. I don't care about, I don't know, being a big office. But then I started visualizing like every day in the morning for 5 minutes, like, okay, so I'm walking to the office next to the beach listening to podcasts, then I'm working, people are excited. Like I was getting goosebumps every time I did it. And yeah, then 1 month later I started living it.
It takes you only 30 minutes to go through all your morning routine.
Sorry?
Only really
30, yeah, because I modified it and I keep modifying it all the time. For example, at the moment I don't do meditation, I do breathing exercises. So based on what I feel. But this was the old one, this is not the new one. So I didn't want to show the new one since this is my first step. Was. Yeah, but not much. Like instead of 5:30, it's now 4. And then health, I optimize my health because I know that that's why I got another hour of a day. Then I have enough of reading because I listen to 2 hours of podcasts on twice speed. Yeah, so that can. I mean, right now I don't have gym here, but I'm gonna have it in next week. So, I mean, yeah. But yeah, the point was that I was visualizing that, and it really felt me like, okay, so this would be awesome life. Like, if I would do this every day, I wouldn't need much more, not stuff. I mean, of course, I need like Mac and that kind of stuff, which is expensive. But other than that, it's.
Not PC,
Yeah. No, but then you see like, I don't know, then you just upgrade this, you just go from 500 euro apartment to 700, and it's already like a lot of difference if you find much better. That's 11th category quality of life then, where you just small increments all the time.
How often do you go back and revisit this?
Not enough often. Like now I'm gonna do it like with my new one, I'm gonna try to go through it like every day, but with this I went one every month or 2 months. But first, I put it in my calendar, so every day for 5 days or something like that, I was doing it, and then became a habit. Some people,
Writing out all this stuff, these exercises?
yeah, on my list, like okay, so at 12 I'm gonna have Skype, at 2 I'm gonna go to the gym. But then it became a habit. Now I don't even.
No, I'm sorry. What I mean is, this exercise we've just gone through,
Yeah.
part of it, do you kind of say, okay, every January I'm going to go back through that and reassess where I am and where I want to go?
No, which I guess it's wrong, but I hate like New Year's resolutions, so I never make New Year's resolutions. I rather do them at the end of January than at December.
But it is something you, like ideally, you
Yeah.
go back and revisit every now and then.
Yeah, but now I started like immediately, like for example, especially with meditation, I noticed, okay, so this is what it bothers me. So I don't like those kind of clients, and I just added. So work with better clients.
Right.
Then I don't know, like I didn't live next to the gym, moved somewhere to the gym. I added those stuff. So every category expanded itself, and now it's gonna be like every category like one page.
How important is for you to have like a fixed morning routine, to do it every day? Because for me, I mean, we saw each other in the morning when everyone was sleeping here. But for me, like for example, I started meditating and things like this, also like breathing exercise or early morning exercising, like gym stuff.
Yeah.
But I felt like after 2 months of doing it, it didn't give me any value.
Okay.
Maybe it was the wrong thing,
Hmm.
but usually what I do now in the morning, get up, get a coffee, do like I just start to work.
Yeah.
Do some stretching and then start to work.
Yeah.
Take me 5 minutes after bed,
Mhm.
and then I start.
No, I mean, at first I had 1 hour morning routine, and then I was like, oh my God, this is taking me 1 hour. Like, I'm not gonna do this. So then, like, I'm not exercising in the morning, I exercise here. So I just like squeeze it in. For example, now I do breathing exercise, which instead of meditation, which take, but for me, this one is the most important one, visualization. Like, and like I know all my clients, the ones that, because in the past years, I also noticed the clients who were growing rapidly and those who didn't. And for some reason, all of those had like everyday goals. Like they would write them down. One guy would write down, I'm the greatest, I'm gonna achieve this. And like a little bit, some overdo it, some not, but it depends on you.
But what is this visualization for you? Is
So
it like reflecting on?
No, it's basically where I want to be, but imagining I'm right now. So for example, here, I was visualizing this whole day that I'm living it right now. So for like 1 month, and then it actually happened. I'm against that law of attraction thing where people are like, oh, I'm gonna visualize having Mercedes in front of me and no one is ever get it. But for me, it was important to, during the visualization, because all visualizations are kind of, I don't know, imagine having this, but for me it was more important emotions. So when I would go to the gym, to the office, I would feel successful because I'm walking next to the beach and I feel like great, I'm listening to podcasts, I'm learning and stuff like that. Then I'm working with clients, they're happy, they're getting results, I can impact more people and that kind of stuff.
Because I think like when you talk about your perfect life plan or think about how would my life be in 5 or 10 years and stuff like this, I never wrote it down.
Yeah.
I just tried to do it, and I came to the belief that I think you need to be in love with the process.
Yeah.
You need to like on every day find meaningful things and not work to this imaginary goal somewhere in next month or 5 or 10 years. I think it makes not a lot of sense, because then you will not appreciate what you're doing in this day or in this week and in the minute that you do it.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I wrote this, because I enjoy this every day. I feel like even if I wouldn't achieve life vision, I would be happy because I don't know, like I mean I'm not working that hard. I'm working a lot, but I could work 5 hours more probably. But I don't see much benefit from it because I was working 12 hours a day and that didn't go well. But yeah, enjoying the process. It's about journey, not destination.
It's kind of philosophical, but
Yeah, no, but I agree because especially like startups, because I was like same mindset as them and I was like working all the time and thinking I would be happy when I achieved that, but I wouldn't be. Like same with gloves, thinking I would be really happy when I would sell first 1,000 pairs. And I did that and I wasn't happy. And I had the best financial month and I was miserable because I was working all the time. I didn't exercise. I was no relationships and that kind of stuff. But now it's much better, in my opinion, for me. Like,
But usually I think when you in this situation, I've also been there many times that you have so many things that you could do and fill your day. Like, okay, now I can work 2 hours more, 3 hours more, 5 hours more, whatever. But I think for me, what helps is like a really hard prioritization.
yeah,
For example, in July, I only worked from 7 to 10 in the morning and nothing more. And
nice.
this really limits your time, obviously, but you focus on the really essential things. And in the end, I asked myself, after 1 month doing this, I asked myself, okay, what's the difference now? Would it be like if I do 3 times the work, so instead of 3 hours work, 9 hours, would it be 3 times the outcome? No,
Yeah,
probably not. And I think this really helped me to focus on the really meaningful and relevant things and not doing things that you could do or mean a lot of things you do, but what's the impact?
yeah. I mean, I had the same situation 2 months ago. Like, I was on 5 different things. I built my own software. I never even launched it because then I realized, oh, now I have to pursue people to use it. And because I was already comfortable enough with this kind of job, like with my clients. And then I was like, oh, I need to go now and try to get people to sign up, or even like with big companies to talk with them. And I don't want to go to meetings. Like, that was, for me, it was the worst part. So yeah, like now, like work is like 3 hours a day, and it's, I mean, work. I mean, then all other is kind of research, just like learning something new, something that I enjoy, feel happy about it. So yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the exercise. It's really like, I hope I didn't mess it up too much because, like I said, this took me like 2 months to go through it myself, and now I pushed you under the limit of 3 minutes. I hope you got some value and you can continue learning about it or exploring or that kind of stuff. And while I'm here, I'm happy to answer your questions. Thanks.